What's up, Alex? How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Right when I picked up the phone, I hit my volume and it went all the way up, so I heard my own voice in my head louder than usual. And I thought, oh, this is it. It's all coming down. But then I realized it was just me. So what's up, man?
My issues right now that I'm having is trying to talk to my wife about setting boundaries with her friends. One of her best friends is very determined that we should get a divorce so that
What?
they can go on, yeah, so that they can go on vacations together more often.
What?
Yeah, she's even offered to give my wife $10,000 to pay for it.
What? Wait. Why does your wife even communicate with this person anymore? This person's a terrible human being.
Yeah, she's honestly one of the worst people I know.
I was going to say, she's the worst. And I don't ever say that about people. And she's the worst.
Yeah, she's dating a married man with kids. And she's also made a comment how she wishes he didn't have kids so she could have it to himself.
Man, Alex, every time you say something about her, she becomes the worst person of all time. All right, so I don't know unless you're an abusive guy and she's trying to help her friend out. Why does your wife even communicate with this person?
That's something I've been questioning for a long time.
All right, so I want to take your wife's friend off the table. She doesn't matter. And it's real easy when you want to avoid a dragon sitting in your living room to point at the snakes out in the yard. She's a snake out in the yard, but you got a big dragon living in your living room. And that's the fact that your marriage is not very strong. It's on pretty thin ice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. How come?
There's been different issues over the years. Both of us have been suffering from depression.
Okay.
We never really saw each other for the past several years due to work schedule conflicts. My wife was on an overnight shift for several years, and then she got back to first shift, and then I took a new job and went to second shift. So
it's about to break your marriage up. So either y'all choose your work and call it, or y'all have to get different jobs and figure this thing out.
Yep, and I've actually taken a different job recently where I'm now back on first shift, so we actually do see each other a lot more often now.
All right, but y'all have a new marriage now.
Yeah.
You're going to have to start dating. She's been a single wife and you've been a single husband for a long time. Y'all have kids too?
No.
Okay. Y'all are going to have to reimagine your marriage together.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge y'all are going to have is not trying to bring back what used to be. Y'all are going to have to build something new. Does she want to stay married to you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
She says she does.
Okay. She needs to cut that other crap out of her life.
Yeah.
I'm all about having friends who will hold me accountable, who will challenge things, and who would help me out in a situation if my wife went rogue on me, right?
Yeah.
But I'm surrounded by a group of knuckleheaded men who will fight to the death for my marriage, not the opposite way. And my wife has friends like that as well. You just can't share something as hard as marriage is and be trying to figure it out and have someone just constantly pissing in the punch bowl with just poisoning everything. You can't have that, man. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I don't know, man. At some point, you're going to have to draw some pretty firm boundaries yourself because it doesn't sound like your wife is drawing them with you.
Yeah. Even her mother has said this kind of same thing to me.
What's that?
Basically, I need to put my foot down and set some boundaries.
Why won't you?
Family history of doing things in my personal family, and I've just seen things backfire too many times, so I'm kind of nervous about doing that.
What does that mean? Somebody's put down a boundary and somebody called that boundary?
Pretty much. I come from a very chaotic family.
Okay.
So it just, some of the stuff I've seen in my family just makes me scared to do stuff like that.
Is what you have right now not chaotic?
Yeah, it's pretty chaotic, I'd say.
It's a mess. And so in an effort to keep things from In an effort to keep things from falling apart, you're just watching things fall apart.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're at a moment personally. I'm guessing this is why you called. You're at a moment of personal reckoning, and I think your instinct is right.
Yeah. I've been trying to do a few different things to try to bring things back to normal.
There's not going to be, you have to build something new, man. There's not going to be back to normal. And you're going to have to start with some very clear, I love you and I want to stay married to you. And the way we've been doing things can't continue. Because you're going to try to tinker around the edges here, man, and you have a dragon in your living room. You're going to walk around the outside of your property picking up snakes, and there's a dragon in the living room. And the dragon is, the marriage as you knew it is over. And the marriage that could be is sitting right there. You just have to decide we're going to do this. What does dating look like? What does romance look like? What does personal time look like? What does intimacy look like? What does just division of chores and money look like? Y'all got to go back to falling in love 101. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Will she?
I believe so.
Can you make a declaration of, will you marry me again?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that with her.
Okay, what does peace in your home look like? Like, I want you to reverse engineer it for me. I want you just walk in, it's 6 months from now. You just walk in from a wild day at work. She was working too. She just beat you home by 20 minutes. You open the door, paint me a picture of what you want this thing to look and feel like.
Basically, just...
Nope, not basically. Not basically. I want you just to feel it, dude. Just feel it.
I just want to come home and just have her greet me like just with a smile on her face and just sit down and talk to each other and just kind of vent about our days and then just go on, have dinner together and just relax and enjoy each other's company.
So this idea that she's really happy to see you.
Yeah.
And you're really happy to see her. And y'all are going to share each other's day because y'all actually care about what happened to each other. And then y'all are going to make plans for what happens next.
Yes.
And so the question you have to ask yourself is, what must be true? What has to be true in your life? Is it exercise? Is it continuing to go see a counselor to deal with your depression? Is it helping around the house? Is it a job that's killing you? Is it family issues? What are the things that you can tackle so that when you walk in the door, you present yourself to your wife, this woman you said, I do to for the rest of your life. You present yourself to her in a way that her body feels, thank God he's home. What must be true? And she's going to have to ask you the same question. What must be true for her? So that when you walk in the door, your body goes, oh, thank God I'm home. Not, oh, here we go. And for the last 5-6 years, you've walked home and it's been silent. It's been lonely, right? There's been notes. There's been emails. Don't forget to do this. Check on this. Hey, see about this thing. Oh, I took another shift. All right, I won't be able to see you this weekend. I'll have to see you next weekend and all that. You're going to have to do all that over. And it's actually pretty exciting if you think about it.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a lot of work. But you just got to be super clear, very, very clear and very intentional about what you want this thing to look like and how you're going to get there. Here's a thing I'll offer you. I'll offer you and your wife, if y'all can get down to Nashville, 2 free tickets. The VIPs and Platinum are so oversold. I tried to get another buddy in. I couldn't even get another buddy in to the Platinum. Like, they were like, I was like, no, this is my friend. And they're like, oh, sorry, John. Like, we so oversold them. But I'll give you and your wife 2 general admission passes, which is all that's left, to my Money and Marriage event in October, if you want to take them.
Unfortunately, I would love to take the offer. Unfortunately, I just won't be able to get to Nashville in October.
Okay. Well, put it out there. We're gonna keep your name on the when we get off this call. Taylor's gonna take your name and contact info to make sure that we can get in touch with you and you can get in touch with us. I want you to talk to your wife about it. You got months to plan for it. And it will change everything for you guys if you're interested in it. We'll give y'all some new tools, a whole bunch of new tools, a whole bunch of new language, and it'll be a gift for you guys. It's on me. You'll have to fly down here and you have to get yourselves a hotel. But if I were y'all, I would start saving and see if y'all can figure that one out. And forget that friend. Forget that friend. In fact, boundary number 1, tell your wife, I don't want to hear a word that woman says. I don't want to hear a relay of any conversation she says. I don't want to hear anything about that woman. And I want everyone listening, especially you, Alex, to listen to this. Sometimes when people don't have the tools or the courage to say something directly, like, I really think I don't want to be in this marriage anymore, they will test it, the periphery, with, well, my friend says we should just get divorced. Or somebody doesn't have the courage to say, hey, I really want to try this thing in bed. They say, man, so-and-so says him and his wife do X, Y, and Z. What do you think of that? And it's just a way to not have to go directly into the conversation. And so I think it's worth sitting down with your wife and take her out to a nice dinner or a nice breakfast, a nice lunch, and say, I want to talk about us. And say, I love you and I want to be married to you till the end of time. Do you still love me and do you still want to be married to me? And if you do, let's wipe the deck and create something beautiful and amazing and new. Because we get to do that. It's take a lot of work, and it's going to be worth every second of it if y'all are both all in. Thanks for the call, my brother. Don't listen to that snake in the front yard.